Welcome back, y'all. You already know what it is. Women are wilding again. Shout outs to Taylor the Fiend. Go show them some love, y'all. And let's see what they talking about.
It's totally okay not to be married by 30. I'm in the Sahara Desert with 18 incredible women about to go ride camels in the sunset.
I'm just having a really hard day and trying to get ready.
That women tend to be happier when they are single.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Okay, I turned 40 this year, and I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship.
If you hear something or an update about your ex, and it just kills you.
Women tend to be happier when they are single.
Struggling financially.
Stop the cap.
Being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, no kids.
And I always thought I would have kids. I thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I didn't think it would be an issue. I'm 32 years old.
That study talk about these women are happier as they get older. They're happier single. Yeah, all the crying TikTok videos determined that was a lie.
I'm 53. I would like to think that I'm still young, right?
Girl, 53, still young. You're more than halfway to 100. No, you got maybe 20 years left if you're lucky.
The fact that you're 40 and single, still with no children, and now you find out that she's 8 weeks pregnant, and you so want to feel happy for her, but inside you feel so sad.
Happier when they are single.
I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies, and
You know that at 40, you are running out of time, and soon you won't have.
Running out of time? At 40, you are out of time. You're at 40, you should be waiting for like grandkids in the next handful of years. Not kids.
Have a choice at all.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we have a video here from FBE Capital of older women getting pretty damn desperate when they are trying to date, because these women, they find out the hard way that when they reach a certain age, all of the attention from men dries up. Men don't want to date them anymore. Men don't want to marry them anymore. And of course, this is a problem that is all men's fault, obviously.
Yeah,
so let's jump into today's video. As always, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Let's take a listen.
No choice at all. That should really be the slogan of this generation's feminists, because all of this screaming, I don't need a man, is starting to have some real-world consequences, and it's not pretty.
I also feel like I'm getting older, and it's like I have to put some effort into dating, or I'm just gonna be alone forever. But now I'm just honestly getting to the point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt.
Don't you guys find it funny how there are so many videos of these women crying on the internet? This is literally what I get a lot of content from. I don't run out of content because there is always some woman crying about this particular issue. Men won't date me, men won't do this, men won't do that. But at the same time, modern media tries to paint it as though, they're all happy queen.
Yeah, the videos in my queue is insane. Like, I could watch 2-3 a day and never run out. It's like whack-a-mole. I finish one video and 3 more pop up. It's quite endless, actually.
They're all thriving, and this is what a lot of these women would also have you believe. But every now and then there's that video where she starts crying and she realizes things are too late. And the women who actually go out there and try and have successful relationships with men, this is why a lot of men as well are traveling overseas, because they don't want to deal with all the womanists. They don't want to deal with all of these entitled girls. This woman right here is saying that she's just now having to put effort into dating. Absolute insanity here.
Honestly getting to the point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt.
Yeah, I always say in the videos, this is a very uniquely American Western problem. Like, the idea of an African girl trying to wait till she's 40 to have kids is inconceivable. Inconceivable. Like, it would never happen. Ever.
Really hard when I don't really have anyone to go to on a Friday night.
I am 30 years old and I have been single for over 12 years, so never had a real adult relationship.
Maybe I should just give up.
But I don't know. Then I feel like if I give up, then it's like, then I'm totally throwing the towel in, and like, that sounds and feels sad.
These feminists are literally marching modern
And in reality, it is sad.
women down a disastrous path of pain and loneliness, all under the banner of quote-unquote helping women. But
Yeah, see, the problem is with womanism as well, is this is not a movement that is designed to help women. It is a movement that is designed to honestly just ruin the relationships between men and women entirely. It's never been about equality. It's never been about, well, you know, men, you know, let's just equal the playing field. Okay, the playing field has been equal for quite some time now. At the moment, it's just sabotaging the relationships that exist between men and women. And womanism is not something that helps women at all. Not at all.
the reality is, when you ignore basic facts and continue to sell a lie to women, then eventually they will catch on and realize that it's not benefiting them at all.
But really, this is crazy. It's been a rough month for me. And I got cold. Somebody help me. I'm so tired of being it.
I don't understand how all these women got tricked into thinking that, like, working a career is where it's at. Like, you see your man slaving away and you're like, I want some of that. I want the deadlines. I want the stress, the long hours. Yeah, the performance, the metrics. I want all that. I don't understand what looks appealing about that. Like, there's nothing better than hanging out with your kids, going to your kids' sporting events, pouring into your kids, watching them grow up. I don't understand how working a job is more appealing than that. I don't know how they got bamboozled into thinking that.
Independent woman sometimes. Sometimes, like, I just want to be taken care of. You know, my whole life, I've just been so independent.
Yep, careful what you wish for.
See, this is the crap I'm talking about. This woman right here, I guarantee you, if you go to her TikTok page or whatever social media, it's probably TikTok, right? If you go to her page and you take a look at her videos, this woman would probably have you believe 90% of the time she'd be trying to say, well, I'm strong and independent. I don't need a man. Look how happy I am. And she'll be posting photos to Instagram of her living her quote unquote best life where she's so happy, right? But then there are moments when the reality kicks in and you get videos like this, videos where the truth comes out. Wait a minute, I want someone to rely on. Wait a minute, I don't want to be, you know, working until I'm 60. I want somebody to take care of me. And it's really sad as well, because when they get in this position and now we want men, it comes across as, number one, really desperate. And number two, it just shows how you don't value men for anything other than their wallet and provisioning. Oh, you want to be looked after, do you now? You want to be looked after now that you're done with working, right? After you've gone through and had your party years. Now you want the help of men. Yeah, no thank you. Absolutely not.
And it's not even just about getting provided for, but just fulfilling that emotional need. Now they want that emotional need and the fulfillment. They want the men to go do that for them now that they're in their 40s. I saw a video from Andrew Tate talking about how his grandma had, like, I don't know, 90th birthday or something like that, and there was like 100 people in the room all from her. How is that not the goal in life? Your job doesn't care about you. Your boss doesn't care about you. Your company, they will replace you at the drop of a hat. The second you're no longer profitable for them, the second that they're not happy with your performance or your metrics, the second it's the best interest of the company, you're a goner. So who in their right mind would devote their entire life to that and put their legacy in the back burner? It's stupid.
Careful what you wish for. So you see, you are now getting a whole new generation of 30 and 40-year-old women who are just now realizing that everything they were promised by modern feminism was complete bullshit, and they are not living their best lives at all.
There is no shame in not wanting to climb the ladder.
I don't want to be independent. This independent life is horrible. I am tired. How am I doing 8 to 5 and I'm still broke?
You are going to be alone. You're not going to have a family. Like, I don't want to wake up at, 60 by myself.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious. I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
So telling women to not worry about starting a family and that they can just delay having kids when they are literally on a biological clock is not only ridiculous, but it's also quite cruel.
For a woman over 35, the first hurdle is often infertility.
So we look at the curve, and then your mid-30s, and it takes a dive.
And old age in women really is in your late 30s, early 40s as far as ovarian age is concerned.
Despite the bombardment of feminist propaganda, women still show time and time again that they deeply want to have kids and that they are not happy or fulfilled at all with just climbing the corporate ladder.
I don't want a job. I don't want to be a corporate girly. I don't want to climb the ladder. I don't want to be a boss babe. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be the breadwinner. I do not want to do that. You know what I want to do? I want to be home. And I'm just wondering, am I the only person, like, completely struggling? Am I the only one? Because I've been single a very long time.
I'm 28 years old. I have a degree. I'm not doing anything with that degree currently. I just want to live comfortably and be happy and have the time to pursue my hobbies and my passions outside of work.
I mean, she's basically describing being a stay-at-home mom with a small side business, allowing her to do whatever she loves to do, but she's not getting it.
I feel like there's gotta be jobs that I'm just not thinking of.
And so, telling women to press pause on having a family or finding a man might sound great in theory, but it does not work out in real life.
Yeah, see, I don't know about you guys, but I actually don't have any sympathy for these women who get to this position, right? And now we start to say things like, well, I'm sad and I'm really struggling and I just wanted my life to look differently. I don't care. I don't sympathize at all. And the reason why I don't is because this opportunity has been available to women since a young age. You can get married.
Shout out to Taylor. Homeboy's just savage. I rock with it though.
At 21 years of age, if you want to, as a woman. You can get that done. You can have your family, you can have your marriage, and you could progress your traditional life if you want. But the problem is women waste their time. They screw around until they're 30 years of age, doing all this partying, doing all the drinking, going out, getting with random dudes, using Lord knows what substances, okay? And now we get to 30 and we're like, wait a minute, my life's in tatters. Let me go back to that guy who was in med school and see how he's doing. Let me hit him up with the, hey, stranger message. You guys set your damn watch to those messages, by the way. If you're a young dude, right, and you're on your, you're out there grinding, you're out there working, you're going to the gym, things like that, watch those hey stranger messages start to trickle in as you get older from these women, right? Because they get desperate. They could have had it at any given point in time. And I want you guys to notice when the women are saying like they're sad and they want their life to change, right? It's never actually, they don't say like, oh, I want to, get with a man that I love and respect. And, none of that. It's, I want my life to look differently. Mm-hmm. Nothing about having a successful relationship or like loving or caring about someone else other than themselves. That's because narcissism got them into this position, you see? So
yeah, 100%. It's never like, oh, I want to find a man so I can, the old Beyonce song, I want to cater to my man. Or I want a man so I can love and nurture him. It's always, I need a relationship so it can bring me happiness. Like, yeah, exactly right. Even the reasoning for them wanting to be in a relationship is self-serving and selfish.
It's like, oh, I'm 30 now. I want something different for myself. And I want to be like financially free and I want to be looked after. But the vocabulary is never, I want to take care of a man. Yep. I want to be with a guy who I love and respect. None of that. Absolutely none. It's just, I don't earn enough money, so I need a man. Really, absolutely tragic, but unfortunately I don't empathize.
But in real life.
And when I say tragic, I'm being sarcastic.
Because just like the lie of being able to press pause on your puberty by means of chemical castration, you cannot press pause on your fertility, especially not in the way they're selling it to modern women.
And I've decided before my 30th birthday, I'm going to freeze my eggs.
Okay, I'm turning 30 in 3 months, 90 days from today. And so I figured since I'm still single, it's probably a good idea to consider freezing my eggs.
Freeze your eggs. Freeze your eggs as early as...
The freezing your eggs thing does not work. Your body is still old. So yeah, you're going to put your eggs back in that dusty body. Like, artificial insemination has a very low percentage of working. It's not this like great solution, this like ace in the hole.
we possibly can.
Egg freezing has become a social media trend with hundreds of paid influencers promoting and luring women into a very lucrative business model with the belief that they can just party well into their 30s, then freeze some eggs, and still have a bunch of kids later on.
I also want to inspire anybody who is watching this who has been considering freezing their eggs or taking control of their own fertility. I want to inspire you to do the same.
Injecting myself twice a day in order to freeze my eggs as a 37-year-old woman who is single with no man in sight.
They make women believe that egg freezing is some sort of insurance plan.
There's been a lot of buzz about egg freezing being a kind of insurance policy.
And I woke up and realized that absolutely I wanted that insurance policy.
Yeah, it isn't.
It is a medical...
Who would even want to have a kid, like their first kid in their like mid-30s or mid-40s? It's like, you mean to tell me you're going to be like pushing 60 at your kid's high school graduation? You're going to be looking like a grandma.
Procedure, it is not without risk. Equally, there's no absolute guarantee that they're going to get a live birth out of this.
When they call you and tell you that none of them worked, like...
You know, like they're mature, but like when you actually do the testing after making embryos, like I, in theory, could have nothing.
Yeah. I think they even used the word discarded. They said they've all been discarded.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
But again, it sounds...
Why was she recording herself getting that news? These girls, man. They record everything. Everything's content. Just getting the most tragic news of your life. Hold up. Let me put the tripod up first real quick. All right, let me get this phone call. Thank you for telling me.
Eyes and makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside. However, when you ignore the social media hype and just look at the actual numbers, things start to look a lot more depressing, and women are not freezing their fertility at all.
I really thought this process would like slow down my biological clock and I wouldn't feel as much pressure. And I feel way more pressure now.
So, over 37, 38, the egg quality will not be as good as it once was. And many women may be actually freezing their infertility.
Now we'll get back to the disastrous state of egg freezing in a minute, because right now I want to focus a bit more on how exactly we got into this mess of older women opting for egg freezing and why these modern women are fully to blame for their own failure to have a kid.
For me, freezing my eggs allows me to fulfill my dreams on my own timeline without depending on a man or my biological clock.
Since in classic feminist fashion, instead of taking accountability for their own choices, these women will simply not do that, but they will twist and turn trying to blame the whole thing on men.
Super wild to me that women are going through this whole process, preserving our opportunity to have kids in the future. Meanwhile, men aren't taking any sort of steps to do things to help themselves have kids earlier in life.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Men don't have to worry about their fertility since we are built different.
What was she even saying, though? Men are not doing anything to have kids earlier. What can we do to have kids earlier? We can have kids whenever. That was a weird statement. That made no sense. You men, you're not doing anything to have kids earlier.
It was your own personal choice not to have kids at 25 or 30 or 35.
Yeah, see, this is the thing, okay, that you'll notice in a lot of these videos is it's always men's fault. It always has to be men's fault. And the reason why it has to be men's fault is because, well, whose fault is it? It can't be hers, obviously, right? It can't be the consequences of her own actions and what she chose to do throughout her life. These women who get to this age and they are still single, they still have no man, they have no marriage, they have no kids. A lot of them, there's a reason for that. Okay, and the reason why is because a lot of them are crazy. I don't know what other way to phrase it, guys. They're completely and utterly crazy. Okay, they could have their man, but instead what they do is they decide to go out and live a degenerate lifestyle.
Yep.
And then they regret it later on. I don't even think they regret the lifestyle later on. They wish it could, go on for longer, hence the egg freezing and stuff like that. But no, it's just absolutely silly. It has to be men's fault. Because if it's not men's fault and it's not somebody else's fault, well, then obviously it's her fault, and it can never be her fault. Okay, and again, this is a position that these women chose to put themselves in. The women who go out here and believe in womanism, this is their path, and you've got to let them walk it, right, guys? Because if you don't, you're a bigot, right? If you disagree with womanism, in a lot of places,
if you criticize women in any way, shape, or form, you're a misogynist.
Specifically in Western countries, If you're someone who doesn't believe in womanism, if you're not someone who thinks that this is actually something that cares about women, for example, well, you know, people will label you all sorts of names. Okay, but this is the reality of what actually happens.
And so even at 39 years old, this woman is still not ready to have babies.
Number one, it's not just about having a kid. It's about preserving opportunity.
But then blames men for not wanting to have kids earlier.
Meanwhile, men aren't taking any sort of step to help themselves have kids earlier in life. Why not just have the baby? Can you imagine me, a mom now?
Holy, this is, that's a thumbnail picture.
For real, bro. Looks like a psychopath.
Picture and a half right there, isn't it? I'm gonna remember this timestamp. This is terrifying. This is the kind of stuff, guys, that when I go to sleep and I think that I'm gonna have a good night's sleep, this is the face that I get sometimes. You know, when I have a little bit too much caffeine and my sleep is restless. This is a thumbnail picture and a half. I don't. Oh no, man. Oh no.
Imagine me, a mom now? Have kids earlier in life. Can you imagine me, a mom now? No.
Low-key, I might have to use that one for my thumbnail.
I've got some more concerts to go to.
Yep, certified lunatic. So from the age of 18, women literally have well over 15 years just to find one guy that they want to have babies with, and God has made it so easy for them since he's made men very horny creatures, which allows pretty much any woman to easily find 100 men that will want to date her and make babies with her, while most men are not that lucky.
Now, I just want to note, this data is based on 6 years. Based on 6 years.
For men, it's actually the other way around, because from the age of 18, we first have to spend 10 to 15 years working our ass off, getting the right job, the right house, the right car, you name it, just to become eligible for women to desire us. And yet, modern women will still act like children, claiming that life is just not fair for them because they don't get every single thing the minute they want it.
And this is exactly what I'm saying, and this is what a lot of other men say as well. Because it's really obvious, right? These things do not work the same for men and for women. Unless you're a dude and you're born incredibly genetically gifted and you're super attractive and tall and whatever the case may be, women will completely and utterly ignore your existence until you have something going for you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care if you're struggling. They don't care about your excuses. They don't care about, you know, anything that's going on in your personal life, really, to a deep level. Most men will be absolutely and utterly invisible to women unless they have something to show, right? But women, it is not the same way at all. You can have a woman who's 18 years of age. She can go out there and she can find her man and she can start a family if she wants. She can get married by 21. She can have kids by 23. Like, this is not something that's incredibly difficult for women. So when you have women come along and say things like, well, men are the problem. Men are not interested in me. I don't know why I have a boyfriend. There's a reason why they don't have a long-term relationship. And those reasons are usually overwhelmingly negative. And every single one of these girls who gets in this position, they always think that they're the exception. They always think, well, you know, it's men's fault. And actually, I was in a relationship for 2 years, but then I focused on myself and I did my healing, and that's why I'm single at 30. It's like, no. You had a gazillion chances to get this done. You met your husband, you met your dream man many times over, but you wanted to continue going to concerts. You wanted to continue engaging in degenerate nightlife activities. And that's fine. Hey, knock yourself out. You're more than welcome. I'm a guy, guys. I always say this on this channel. But if these women want to make these decisions, hey, as long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care. But don't come crying at the end of it.
For them, because...
Well, you know they are. Every single day. 50 videos a day of women crying.
They don't get every single thing the minute they want it.
And this just was like saying to me, like, I want this, and life saying, no, you can't have it.
The dream of motherhood had slipped through your fingers.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was like, well, wow, life just fast forward. It's now I'm 42. You know, it is, it does.
The reason why I'm laughing so hard is because I was just about to say, what happened? One day you looked up and you're 40? She beat me to the punch and said so I'm 42. I was like, oh my gosh.
Feel unfair sometimes.
Guess what? I would love to flap my wings and take off like an eagle or be born into a billion-dollar dynasty. But that's not gonna happen now, is it? No, I need to deal with reality. And the reality for modern women is that when you turn 35, not only will it become much more difficult to date,
But seriously, dating in your 40s is terrible. Why does it have to be so bad?
Because you shouldn't be dating in your 40. You should be an empty nester. Getting ready to enjoy having the house to yourself with your man. Not freaking bar hopping and clubbing on Tinder at freaking 40.
Being childless and possibly being single and being lonely.
I'm not good at this. I don't know if I'm like just so damaged.
but it will also become much more difficult to find someone who takes you seriously.
I'm talking about my son. He literally grabs a dessert menu and just starts looking at it. Like he's completely bored with what I'm saying.
It will become more difficult to get pregnant.
When you talk about approaching...
That was random. Conversation with a lot of these women. Jeez.
40 or being over the age of 35, I want to be crystal clear. In terms of gynecology and obstetrics, women's best eggs are in their early 20s.
And much more difficult to keep that pregnancy.
Miscarriages are another very common battle, which increase as fertility decreases.
This is not patriarchy oppressing you.
Look at that X right there. At 38, done for. Absolutely done for. Jeez.
Simple biology. So up to this point, you might think you've already seen a wild bunch of delusional and desperate older women, but wait, it gets much worse. Because I was seeing a lot of crazy dating app profiles floating around online with women who are already pregnant trying to date or who just gave birth 2 or 3 months ago. And to be honest, I actually thought that those were fake because no one is that crazy, right?
Oh no. Oh no, this poor man, he doesn't understand. No, these profiles are not fake. Absolutely not. I used to cover a lot of these profiles actually on the channel, but you will have women who are quite literally, you know, not like this woman right here, Michaela, 25 years of age. She's going to have a child, she's pregnant, and she's on dating applications. And guys, I wouldn't doubt this. I wouldn't think that this is necessarily a fake profile. There are a lot of women out there who go out, they have their fun on these dating applications, they get pregnant to some random dude who either they kick out or who just leaves because he's not interested in dating them. And then what they do is they try and get a nice guy to come along and to take care of kids that are not his own. These are not fake. There are lots and lots of profiles like these. And you will get single mothers who write things. Yeah, look at this. This is terrible. Crystal, 26 years of age. By the way, yeah, I am pregnant, and yes, I am single, looking for a real man. This is all capitals. A real man to step up and show me and my kids how to treat a women. That's not me saying that. It's women, she's written. And be a father and sign birth certificate to be my...
Oh my gosh. Sign birth certificates. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Jeez.
To my soon-to-be youngest one, loyal, loving, genuine, one of a kind. This is the direction the society is going in. Absolutely disgusting. So she has a kid to some random dude, and a real man has to come along and to step up. Absolutely not, man. And they wonder why dudes check out of the dating market, by the way. They wonder why. Dude.
Wait, Taylor, you mean to tell me there's not a long line of men who want to sign up for that?
Will get to 30 and 40 years of age. They'll finally become successful. They'll have put all the work in. And then you want to demand monogamy from men at this stage when you've got kids to another guy, or you can't even have kids. Absolutely not.
actually thought that those were fake because no one is that crazy, right? Well, I guess I was wrong since I actually found a live one who's in the process of doing so.
So my sperm arrived and was shipped to my clinic in Pennsylvania.
This lady right here is actually dating while trying to get pregnant with donor sperm.
So I just had a very fun date with this really sweet guy. It was like super wholesome, but I'm sharing about the fact what I'm doing here, and I'm becoming a solo mom, and
I mean,
this is so, I don't have any other word to describe this, by the way, but this is really quite evil towards the kid that you're going to have. Imagine deciding to bring a child into this world and you are deliberately bringing them in without a father figure in the picture. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I consider that to be incredibly immoral. You're basically giving your kid, who you're supposed to love, by the way, a handicap at the beginning of their life simply because you're a strong and independent woman and you don't need a man. Never mind the fact that she's going on dates with dudes anyway. See, she wants to completely and utterly control this kid and she doesn't actually care about the child.
I mean,
yeah, it's more than a handicap. It's you're thrusting that kid into the absolute, statistically speaking, worst scenario ever, which is being brought up in a single mother household. I'm quite disappointed that the hospitals or fertility clinics would even do IVF with a single mom. It's kind of bogus, but classic, profits over people.
Come on, what is the plan here? This means that if she's successful, you are basically dating a girl for 3 weeks who all of a sudden becomes pregnant with another man's sperm, and in about 9 months, you will be a fresh new stepdad. Not to mention all of the fun you'll be having dating a pregnant woman who's about to give birth to another guy's child.
It's been a bit,
Where do I sign up?
a little bit stressful, and I haven't really been feeling like posting.
Are you kidding me? What type of guy is going to accept that? I guess a dude with some serious pregnancy fetish. But in all seriousness, this is beyond crazy. And this girl's playing it off as if everything is fine and she's totally enjoying life.
I just think at this point in life, I'm just enjoying just being me.
Yeah, sure. It feels like I'm watching the origin story of female Joker here. I mean, at this point, I hope she gets pregnant fast, or the world is gonna have one angry supervillain. Anyways, there's also some good news that comes out of this, since some women are indeed taking their own failures as a learning point to educate themselves and other women. That it might actually be time to start taking family planning much more serious at a younger age.
But that's where...
Well, it's too late. It's too late. Shoot. All right, I'm going to wrap that up. Man, that was a doozy. An absolute doozy. Yeah, shout outs to Taylor the Fiend, man. He puts out a bunch of heat all the time. Show him some love. Subscribe to your boy. Comment below, and I'll catch you on the next one.